Hello, welcome to Living in the Light. I'm Mary Amy. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. How is everyone on this Thursday night in the Matrix work week? It's December 29th. It's really exciting. We're getting down to the last and final days of 2022. And it's been a year of transition. It's been some time that we've been engaging with a lot of transformation. Do you sense that you're transforming? You're evolving into a genuine version of you, the best version of you? Have you had some self-realization recently? Are you discovering parts of you that you didn't know even existed, that you were basically shunning yourself? Let's all embrace everything within us. And tonight we're going to cover topics like the worst has yet to come. Ooh, that sounds kind of extreme, doesn't it? The worst has yet to come. And New Earth, of course, the fearless. And we will be covering topics like psychic phenomenon. We're going to be practicing our clair senses together. And I did receive a comment related to last night from one of the viewers. And if he comes on, we'll speak directly to him and I'll mention it. But he did say to me, he posted a comment and he said, "Hey, it's Bob Harding." That's exactly who it was. Bob Harding wrote on the video from last night that it actually happened for him this morning. He felt love and light. And last night, one of our exercises during psychic phenomenon, we had the suggestion that we were going to this day today on Thursday, and that you were going to wake up and you're going to see light, and Bob experienced that. So that's wonderful. That actually gave me some kind of emotional reaction because I was so grateful to hear that what I'm doing is actually having a reaction. It's actually helping those out there. So here I am. I'm Mary Amy. I'm just coming live from New York. I'm 45 minutes outside of Manhattan, which is a very serious place. All that business, all that matrix stuff, all those high-rise buildings. And when we all reach this place of light, and that's a belief system, we're raising our consciousness. And as you raise your consciousness, you're going to be living and existing in a higher vibration, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And what's that going to be like exactly? That's going to be the best version of you. That's going to be all of you online. You're highly advanced. Last night we spoke about light codes and how we're activating our light codes. And what are our light codes? They are energy. They're healing energy. They're dormant within you. And they haven't been able to exist, basically, and they've come out. And they're here for us all. And we're realizing how wonderful we, each and every one of us are. We are beings of light. We're sacred beings. We are worthy. Regardless of what we have, our possessions, where we live, what we do, we are worthy beings, and you are. And I'm here to share that with you. I'm all about helping and healing, and I'm here with some topics that bring awareness. For those of you who have awakened, we're at the front of the line. We're the first timeline arrivals. We are one of the waves of volunteers. Maybe you're from a star system. And what does that mean? That means you're a star seed or a light worker. And star seeds and light workers are here to help humanity connect with their ascension and awaken them. And we're here basically to give support. And that's what I'm here for. So I'm here supporting you, telling you that you're worthy. I always get onto dreams, don't I? I say, what was your dream last night? Write it down. It's very important. And we did mention that last night about activating, if you want to activate your light codes and awaken everything within you. We mentioned some ways of doing that, and that's through meditation, nature, focusing on your dreams, your sleeping dreams, and they share with you many aspects of you. And some of it might be your fears. And we're going to get into the fearless. And what is exactly are the fearless? So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm here Monday through Friday. Tonight, I'm a little early because I'm going out this evening with my daughter, and we're going to see Avatar, the movie, and it's 3 hours long. So it's basically 8:30 to 11:30. But you know what? I need to have some fun. I haven't seen a movie in a theater in a very, very long time, so I'm excited. We're going to get onto the psychic phenomenon and, of course, touch on angels. So, your dreams last night, do you remember them? I say when you wake up, write your dreams down. And why is that? Because maybe you're going to discover that you have some fears in your waking life, or maybe there's a problem that you can't quite solve while you're awake, and while you're sleeping, your unconscious is going to help you discover exactly a way to solve your problem. Or maybe you're going to go into the astral realm and you're going to reach out and you're going to connect with other light beings in that reality. We are all at some point going to meet each other. We're all at some point going to be speaking to each other telepathically, mind to mind. We'll have a knowing of each other's thoughts. I don't know if you've realized that you are very equipped to do that already. It's just that you're kind of been compressed in this matrix. You've been compressed and it hasn't been allowed. You haven't been able to express yourself. But now I'm sharing with you, you can express yourself. So welcome to the fifth dimension. And where is that exactly? It's not a place we're going to. It's right here. It's your belief system. Our thoughts are very powerful, and our thoughts carry with it a vibration and feelings and thoughts, emotions. And, with our thoughts, we can create this new reality, and we're ushering it in, and we're letting go of that matrix. We're cutting off all that belief systems. The matrix consists of this illusion. And you can find it anytime you go out into the public domain. You can see it. You can experience it. It's all about the 9 to 5, rush, 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 time, 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 hurry, 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 task, task, task. And you're getting shoved into these systems. Hey, Casper one. Hi, I went through a portal in my dream, and then I woke up and wrote down my dream. Well, that's amazing. So what kind of portal was it? Was it an energy portal? Was it an angelic portal? Was it a light portal? Was it you're moving into the next dimension portal? We all are capable of traveling through these portals. It's about raising our consciousness, awakening our inner self. And I'm happy to be here. I have gratitude. I'm sharing with you. I'm so happy to be here. And why am I happy to be here? Well, I'm happy to be living and breathing, and I'm happy to be here in this moment because we are embarking on this new reality, this new belief system. So we're not going to another place. We're going to be existing right here in this space, wherever you are. It's just going to be, you're just going to see everything differently. You're going to go out there, and instead of when you meet someone, you're going to say, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to them. You're going to be open to it. You're going to be open to everyone that you come in contact with. Why is that? Because if you're coming in contact with someone, you're supposed to meet them. You're carrying a similar vibration. Maybe it's a lesson. Maybe it's something that you're supposed to know, and they're going to give you information. Be open to it. It's all about being open. Now, everything that we experience in this domain, in this psychic phenomenon, in the fifth dimension is personal. We might not all receive light codes, but most of us will. But there's going to be different experiences that you're going to have that I might not in the psychic phenomenon. So just be aware of that, and know acceptance is so much. So the worst is yet to come. Oh, that sounds like bad news, doesn't it? The worst is yet to come. And if you've been living in the 2022 and you've been saying, oh, wow, what is happening out there? We can't control anything out here. We can only control this. Our thoughts, words, and actions, we are capable of controlling, aren't we? Can you master controlling your thoughts? And what do I mean by that? Well, you can wake up and you can say, oh, everything's horrible. It's just whoa. And I just hate that person. And I'm just going to talk about this person. And I don't like anyone. And it's just a crappy day, and blah, 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 blah. And complain, complain, complain. And where's that going to get you? Well, you're probably going to basically attract those out there that are exactly like you, who are complaining and miserable. And they're just, you know what that is? There's a lot of pain attached to that, isn't there? And it's kind of exhausting. I'm just like, oh, I can't deal with it. So can you control that? absolutely, you can stop yourself from complaining. You can think, be more aware of what your thoughts are. And as I say, if your thoughts were kind of coming out of you and you could see them on paper in front of you, what would they be? Would they be say, blah, blah, all this negative emotion and vibration, which is like pain, anger, sadness, or fear? Now, of course, we all have that. Of course, we felt those things from time to time. It's when we dwell in that. If we dwell in that, it's just going to bring more of that forward. So we want to kind of engage with that, embrace that, and get through it. Come out through the other side and realize that there's a lot out there to look forward to. There's a lot of light out there. There's hope. There's positivity. You can find those out there that can bring happiness. We can find serenity first with ourselves and then in our physical reality. Oh, who's writing here? Casper 1. Okay. It was interesting dream. I was in some kind of meeting with a light being, and it was about assisting planet Earth, the mother Gaia, with other light beings. I love that. Divided, we stand together, we rise. Yes, you know what? When we are just separating ourselves from each other, and that's why I say, when people get into all this political stuff, what exactly is that? That's just a debate, and it's also a way of creating divide, and it's also a way of those who are implementing that. The politics, they get control over us because then we are much weaker when we're separated. We want to create oneness. We want to have collective consciousness. And to do that, you really have to accept yourself and love yourself and then love others and ask for forgiveness and give forgiveness. And I know that sounds kind of corny and like, oh, she's going on about love and light. But really, that's the way we're going to raise our consciousness and raise our vibration. And you're going to attract more positive situations into your life and more positive people. And the wonderful thing is you're going to reach that destiny that you want. The thing that we say, put it in your hands. And what do you see? Let's quantum leap. Let's make an abrupt, sudden transition into exactly what we want. Exactly. You can do that. You can do that through your thoughts. You can create an outcome. You know what's going on with me lately, I have to share, is that the more I do this psychic phenomenon with you every day, the more that I'm discovering that I'm without even thinking about it, I'm either manifesting and bringing the information and opportunities to me, or I'm actually predicting it. I don't know which comes first. However, it is happening for me every single day. I say the words, I must be clear. And as we realize exactly what we're thinking, what we're saying, what we're doing, and we have awareness, we're going to stop doing some of the naughty stuff. We're going to stop thinking about the negative thoughts. You can control your thoughts. And if you get into a place where you realize, oh, I just thought of that, and that's not going to help me, you can discover that it actually will benefit you by being positive. And it's just going to be like you're going to kind of basically, your life is going to flow more, and you're going to bring into your physical reality everything that you want. Is it going to happen overnight? Heck no. But you will discover that it will generate more positive opportunities and people, places, and things. And I just want good things for you. So the worst is yet to come. Let's get into that. Let's get into the worst is yet to come. And anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mary Amy, and we're covering the worst is yet to come, and New Earth and the Fearless. So the worst is yet to come. That means inferior, unfavorable. It's the complete end of our civilization as we know it. The worst of the worst is about to happen. Yes, it is. Is it going to go on for a long time? I don't believe so, because we're knocking down this old civilization because we can't bear it any longer. It's just a lot of ugliness. It's a lot of darkness. And there's those out there that believe that we've been corrupted And maybe they believe that it's been, hundreds or thousands of years, and there's been an ownership of dark forces, and we've been living in hell on earth. We are actually headed towards heaven on earth. But to get rid of the hell on earth, it's got to completely, just like we are. And I've said to you that things are going to go wrong before they get better. Are you sensing that there's glitches in the matrix? There's actual occasions and events that are going on around you. Maybe people are going to pass. It might be that things are going to break down in your personal life. It might come through relationships. We spoke about how 111 is all about new beginnings. And I realized that 111 was came through in my dreams the other night. And I sense that we're all about to embark on new beginnings. And I also spoke about the 1229 portal, and that is today. And today is the 1229 portal. And we went through that a few days ago, and I mentioned to you what is valuable. The 1229 portal is that Mercury is in retrograde. And that means it feels like things are going backwards, and there's going to be some things that are breaking down in your life. And that might come through in appliances. It might come through in contracts. It might come through in communication. And I mentioned to you there was 3 aspects to this Mercury in retrograde today. And that is love, relationships, and leadership. That's today. And that's what we really are focusing on. And we're saying the worst is yet to come because, like I said, it's got to come crashing down. And when it comes crashing down, we're not going to be surprised because we know that this world that we've been living in, this civilization, this physical reality must end for a new civilization to come forward. And how are we creating that? Through our thoughts, uniting with light and peace. I don't know if I read that all already, Casper One. Thanks for sharing that. So the worst is yet to come. So today, this Mercury in retrograde, the beginning of it, I believe it goes to January 13th or 16th. It's 22 days, whatever that comes out to be. And we're also about to hit a new year. And so today is actually a wonderful show because it's very exciting and I feel like it's a celebratory show. So the worst of the worst completely has to end all of our civilization. It has to be behind us. And as I said to you, one of my loved one actually, he constantly says, in my rear view mirror. So we are evolving, and we've been evolving through 2022. We are breaking down all of the parts of us, and we are reconstructing ourselves. We are transforming, and we are evolving. And all of the little person that you were when you were a child is coming forward. They were like hidden for safety, and now they're allowed to come out. And you will realize that your personality when you were a child, maybe you were funnier, maybe you were happier, all of those parts of you are going to come forward and you're going to be actually engaging. Some of your soul departed and went off, and now it's coming back to you because it didn't feel safe in this matrix. This matrix has been a very dishonest, lawless place and in existence. And we had trauma, and we were imprinted with negativity and very harmful ways of thinking. It was all about competition. Get out of my way. I'm going to step on your face. But don't take it personally. Did you realize that? It was all about, basically pushing people to get over there for what they want. However, we don't have to exist that way. You can get what you want. You don't have to shove people around. So as we evolve, leaving 2022 behind us, the wars, the deadly crimes, the viruses, the IRS, the medical implementations of forced medications. I don't know if you've experienced that. Crises, all the fear, all this fear-based society that we've been living in, this illusion. Maybe I should start saying the Matrix is over here and switch it up a little bit. Oh, Bob Harding saying, I don't like saying crazy, but everything you've been saying today is my words out of your mouth. Well, there you go. So we're connecting mind to mind, Bob Harding, mind to mind. And maybe that's because you did that exercise yesterday with us. And you know what else? It's been the breaking up of the family. Do you sense that they've been trying to break up the family? And who am I speaking about? I'm speaking about those so-called leaders, those actors out there that are supposed to represent us. They're not representing me. I'm a rebel. I'm a truth seeker. And I'm not the rebel that creates havoc out there. I'm the rebel that believes there's another reality. Do you believe there's another reality? Have you climbed up and looked over the fence and said, hey, I want to have that garden over there. I want to live in nature. And I don't want to go to a 9-to-5 job. Who created this? And who made money so important and wealth? What's important is right in here, our DNA. That's what's most important. That's like gold. Our DNA is like gold. So don't let anyone take your gold away. There's been hate. They've created divide with sides, politics. The poor men, women, and children and families are being broken up, and they've been deceiving us. The labels, the identity based on wealth and possessions. You know, that seems to be the most important thing. I've got the most expensive pen, and this is the most expensive scarf. I'm throwing stuff around today. This is a fancy scarf. And that's what everyone's focused on. And you know what? She's got those sneakers, so I'm getting them too. It's not really that important. What's more important are people's feelings and emotions. Because when people make, and those out there make that their priority, stuff, it's because they're distracting from tuning into what's really going on with themselves. A lot of those out there that are geared towards, destroying others or stepping on their heads or having more, they're really in pain. I mean, if we look out there, some of these so-called entrepreneurs, we look at Bill Gates, he doesn't seem like the happiest person in the world if he's trying to depopulate us and give us all this medication. There's plenty of room on the planet for everyone. We don't have to depopulate. We don't have to have this new world order come along and say, you're going to eat some bugs, and then the celebrities are telling you, eat the insects. No, thank you. I'm not interested in eating insects. No, thank you. And I'm not interested in right now having one of those electric cars because I'm waiting for free energy. Free energy is coming like in Tartaria. We're going to get energy from the ether. There aren't 4 elements in nature. There's 5. There's earth, wind, fire, air, and ether. And that's what we know. We're going to find out all about that. As soon as we all hit the light, that's where we're going. So just be aware. Just be aware. There's been crimes against humanity. And it's a little scary, to be honest with you. This suddenly died. Are those anybody out there and the astral, anyone out there that has been sick and come down with something, spontaneously, or they die in their sleep, it's horrible. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pray for all of them, and we're going to wish them well. And if there's been anyone out there that gave you a hard time about your personal pathway, we're not going to criticize them. We're not going to attack them. When they realize what's really happened and the truths, we're not going to turn our back on them. We're going to lend a hand. We're going to help them. We're going to embrace them. We're going to love them. And that's how we're going to create this new reality of peace on earth. And we're going to get into that, the new earth. So the illusion of our society, these structures of the matrix, this physical reality, all of the sectors of our physical reality has been dishonest. And it's been a way of distracting us. And we are going to learn all about the truths through disclosure, and they're coming forward. Love and forgive. Exactly. 6 elements, but no one talks about it. Ha ha. Casper 1, you're funny tonight. And so wait, Casper 1, let's remind everybody where you're coming from. So we have Casper 1 and Bob Harding. Bob Harding's from Iowa. Casper 1, don't tell me I'm going to find you. Blah, blah, blah. Anyone out there, please, write in the chat. Are you from California, Casper One? No, you never told me, did you? Where are you from, Casper One? So we are all, it's all over now. The worst, what is about to happen to us, what we're going to experience, the worst is yet to come. All of that is going to be behind us. However, what is about to happen in our future in the next, I don't know, 60 days? I sense that we're going to have disclosure. There's going to be whistleblowers. Files are going to be released, and they're starting to be released now. Present day, we've been receiving, there's going to be black hats and white hats, and we're going to hear about the truce. The spiritual war has come, to an end, basically. Evil is leaving the earth completely, and all is left are clones, I guess robots, what else? Clones, robots, and actors. And we're going to be receiving potential threats. All in all, it's over. And what we're going to experience is the demise, the destruction, and a full breakdown of all the systems. And how are you going to see that? You're going to see that through, and you're going to experience that through in your physical reality. And we're going to get indications, because we're going to receive information. We are going to receive basically mental pictures of the future. Maybe it's going to come through in your dreams, and you're going to start to realize it in your dreams, maybe in your waking life. There's going to be premonitions for you. Anyone who's joining us, you're going to receive that because you are one of the first timeline arrivals. You are one of the volunteers if you're here with me. And it might come down to you're going to have a daydream, and you're going to see what the future is going to be bringing. And that's because we are going to receive information to prepare ourselves. And that's why I've said to you, prepare a plan of what you would like to do. When there's the demise of the civilization and we are creating this new reality, what would you like to do with your life? The devil sells, but God's infinite love is free. That's amazing. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And, does this sound crazy? It's not really crazy, because if you go out there and look and see what's going on, the last 2.5 years was crazy stuff, wasn't it? Whoever thought, let's get back to normal in 2 weeks? What did they say? 14 days to getting back to normal. And what were they saying? They were saying social distancing, doing this, all of these rules. And it wasn't legal. It wasn't really allowed. But there's going to be disclosures of all the evil that's gone on. And it's going to be very disconcerting to many. And it's going to be emotionally damaging. And it's going to take time for people and other beings of light to really, I guess, get through it. They're probably going to stay in their homes for quite a while when they realize what's been really going on. So there's going to be an environmental shift. So the days of old Earth are going to be over. There's going to be glitches, failures, change. And as we approach the future, there's going to be a plan you're going to specifically create for yourself to personal happiness. And that's why I say, come up with your 5 humongous goals. Make a list. Decide exactly what you want in your future. And you will be able to manifest it, because the more that you reach serenity, stillness, love, you will find that it's going to come right before you. It's going to land right in your path. And you might say, why is this happening to me? Look, I have this job in the Matrix right now. And, I have to pay my bills. And it's not necessarily everything I want to be doing. However, it serves a purpose and it's helping me out. And it's a pretty nice situation. And I have to look at it and say, what lesson am I learning right now? And maybe it's about being patient, because I had very long periods of time that I wasn't patient, and now I am. So the days of old Earth are leaving. Bob Harding, I'm trying to manifest a sailboat off the coast of Connecticut. I should probably write my book first. Well, you know what? Maybe you can do both. You can manifest. We spoke about the 3 steps to manifesting. Write it down, put it in your sock drawer, close your eyes, and visualize exactly what you want with all your senses. And if you can reach joy, then you can manifest it, and then start speaking as though you have the sailboat already, like my sailboat, and describe it, because our thoughts are so powerful, and attached to them are charged impulse, and there's feelings, emotions, and you can create it. If you can see it in your mind, you can create it. The future expectations determine the outcome. Service to others rather than service to self, serving behavior beliefs. The economy won't matter in 2023 as much. There's going to be a breakdown of the financial system, and you can sense and you can hear it if you look around. I'm on Twitter, and of course I don't believe everything. I've shared with you that I have to see it in front of me to really believe it. However, there are those out there that I trust, and I hear and I sense that they're being honest. And it's like an alert goes off inside of me if someone's fibbing to me. They're like, if there's a lie, it's almost, I know right away. And then I search for more answers, and then I receive them. And when I receive them, I say, oh, I dig a little deeper. I go down that rabbit hole. Do you go down that rabbit hole and you keep going? Are you curious like I am? You love mysteries? I love a mystery. So we are going to basically be dispelling the financial system, the IRS debt. We're going to let go of old beliefs. The bad, the worst is yet to come. Now, those who have not awakened will be awakening, and they're going to awaken, and it's going to be as though they're in shock. And I understand, and we're going to get into exactly what's going to happen moving forward with the new earth and how we're going to get there. And there's going to be days of darkness coming. And I'm going to speak about that as we get into the new earth. Before I get onto the new earth, I just want to remind everybody about angels, bringing angels into your existence. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you deem so, if this is interesting to you. I'm Mary Amy, and I'm coming live from New York, and this is Living in the Light. And I'm all about shifting away darkness and guiding you to your truest potential and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And I'm mentioning angels because for me, I've gained so much, and it's given me miracles and divine energies and hope. And they are beings of light. They're celestial beings of light, and they come from the heavens to earth to protect humanity and guide us. Now, if you've had a near-death experience, you might have met an angel when you're crossing over before you actually got there. They might have met you there. And I sense as though I have myself met angels during my near-death experience. And I always had some very close ties with angels. And, they say that there's tens of thousands upon millions of angels traveling from the heavens to earth to protect us. You might feel a brush across your face, or you might see a feather on the ground, or hear a bell ringing. You might encounter some angel numbers, or you might even have a vision of an angel or a dream. But I say embrace those angels because they bring us hope and light. And I've seen angels in my third eye. And I love when you share with me any experiences you're having, and I really appreciate everyone who's here with us. I have gratitude. I'm here Monday through Thursday, and I'm not here tomorrow, but I am going to remind you that it's the new year and it's pretty exciting, and I want good things for you, and let's have hope to a new beginning. So let's get into the new earth. And you know what? I grabbed this because here, this is both. This is the earth, or it's a painting. It's a beautiful painting. It's called Temple of the Dance, Celestial Celebration. And there's angels here, but there's also a lot of beauty going on here. It almost looks like that's the nativity. If it is not the nativity, I doubt it. This is actually looks like the nativity, and here are these angels dancing in a circle. And for many years, I saw angels in my third eye, in my mind's eye, and they were dancing in a circle. And they were actually reaching their hands out to me to dance with them. And it brought a lot of light and hope into my life. So this is Dance of Angels. It's inspiring revelations, angelic energy. It's Botticelli. And you can see here's 3 angels, and then there's many angels, and that's very positive. And it's actually a source of memory towards, and there are angels hugging. This is my most favorite painting. It's a reminder of the earth that's to come, the peace that we're about to transition into. It's very exciting. I wish to travel to, I can't even read what that says. Mara Pep, Electra. Wow, a lot of locations there, Casper One. That's wonderful. Luckily, I can play instruments on here on Earth also. Well, congratulations. Thanks for sharing that, Casper One. The new Earth, it's here we are. So after the worst is yet to come, the new Earth is going to be before us. We're going to come out of our homes and we're going to embrace each other and we're going to hug one another and we're going to say, oh my goodness, I spilled water. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess here. Hold on. Don't give up on me yet. I'm not perfect. I'm just like everyone else. I'm a human being of light. And this new Earth, I got so excited. I'm waving my arms around and I'm basically spilling things. You would all probably love the song Angels Above Me by Stick Figure. Well, thanks for sharing that. I'll have to look into that. The new Earth, which is New Earth Gaia. They say we're about to embark on 1,000 years of peace on Earth. It's a transition to light. And I've mentioned that over and over again. You're probably like, oh my gosh, she's saying it again, that light. We're going to light. And we are going to light. So the threat to our planet Earth has come from greed. And it's forced our lifestyles. Our Earth broke down over the magnitude of consumerism and constantly pushing for our economy, yet ruining our lands, waters, and air and Earth. So capitalism has been that. And it's so funny because stick figure. What's so funny, not funny, haha, but funny, strange is I hear all of these leaders speaking about the destruction of our planet. And they say it's happening through this global warming and climate change, which is kind of the same thing. They just renamed it. And really, those leaders out there are the ones flying around in the jets. Those leaders around there are speaking constantly about, we don't have a good economy. But then they're shipping money to other countries, and they're not really aiding those that are here. Those out there who can't even buy a bag of groceries at the store. And I wonder, it doesn't even make sense. It's kind of counterintuitive because they're complaining that we are destroying the planet, but then they're always talking about, keep producing more. And you go into a store and imagine how much gets thrown away. And so that I don't really trust that. If they're saying that and then they're flying around in their jets and they have these 14-bedroom homes, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't really believe that. But I am saying that capitalism and all this greed has taken away from the human spirit. All these homes, these jets, the appetites of the wealthy far exceeds need. And I'm just stating a fact. I believe that those preaching global warming and climate change, they also brag and share all about everything that they have. And it just kind of makes all of us out there who are the regular Joes out there kind of feel bad. It's like when you look at social media and everyone just looks beautiful, and they just, because they have all these filters, and maybe they are beautiful. However, no one's perfect, and it kind of beats on your self-esteem. It's the same with all of those out there who have so much. We don't really want to hear about it anymore. At least I don't. I'm a little sick of it all. And it's the politicians, it's the celebrities, it's the CEOs, it's the entrepreneurs, brag, brag, brag. What is that all about? What they're worth. We spoke about the very rich politicians yesterday and how much they're worth, how much, the those in Washington are worth and how much money they have. And how did they get all that money? Because they're really just supposed to be helping us. If you're leading, if you were so busy doing all of that leading, you'd kind of be, a little tattered. You wouldn't necessarily be all pressed nicely and everything's perfect. And how would you have time for that? It's like a mom who has 10 kids. How does she look together? She's just taking care of everyone. If you're a leader, you probably shouldn't look all polished and impressive. So I would have to say that they're probably not leading. They're probably a puppet for a puppeteer. And the demand that's happened right now on this earth, and we're going to get into, what's coming for us. The demand that's ruined our old earth. It's ruined the waters and the land, and it's kind of ruined our perspective and destroyed our self-esteem. And we felt very criticized and unloved and unwanted because we are doing our best, except it's never quite good enough. There's always more demand. There's another place to rush to. And on the new earth, we're going to experience some really wonderful times. We're going to get to know each other, really get to know each other and love each other and know each other through and through. And it's not going to be really important about all the stuff you have or where you live. It's going to matter your thoughts and your beliefs and who you are inside, your heart and spirit. And we're going to come together and hug one another. And it's going to be a heaven on earth, the new earth. It's our final destination. We are getting to our final destination, and it is exciting, isn't it? And what's going to happen? It just like when I was thinking about tonight, I said, this is an exciting period we're about to embark on. So wonderful. And we found each other in this community, and we're going to get bigger and bigger, and we're going to expand. And it's going to be a place for all of us to find each other. And maybe right now we're just, experiencing this through a YouTube video. However, I believe we're all going to be experiencing this in person and mind to mind. Because when the new earth comes into its place where it belongs, there isn't going to be any more internet or Wi-Fi. That's all going to be knocked out. We're not even going to need that anymore. And everyone's going to be in shock. They are. It's going to be a home for humanity forever. The apocalypse is coming, the days of judgment, heaven on earth, and there's going to be some days of darkness coming. And from those days of darkness, everything's going to shut down. And everyone who hasn't awakened yet will be awakened. And they're going to awaken because they're going to realize that all of that, what they thought was not real. It was an illusion. And it was just a show. Like I say, watching television, it's just, if it's not for entertainment, television was invented to gather a family together and to sit around and watch. It was for entertainment and maybe some information, but mostly it was just entertainment. It wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. We're not supposed to take that seriously. There's going to be a new news, and it's not going to be news anymore. It's not going to be crisis, fear, fear, fear. That's just a show, and anyone who's paying for their advertisements is paying those actors, paying those newscasters. They are reading. They're reading from a teleprompter. Have you ever read from a teleprompter? I have. I could just sit here and read from a teleprompter, and I'd be looking in the camera and I'd be saying it. Doesn't mean that I have integrity or I'm honest. I'm just reading and someone's paying me to read it. That's all it is. Can't take it seriously. Up, Casper 1. Have you heard Grandmaster Flashback in the Bronx, Strictly Vile? He is one of my favorite DJ. No. Whoa, you're getting off the beaten track, haven't you? So we are going to experience, the last days of darkness. There's probably going to be screaming through the night. There's probably going to be a lot of upheaval. And maybe it's going to be some people are going to freak out and they're going to be ransacking stores. I don't know. However, it's all got to come crashing down before we build up this new reality, this new earth. And it's going to happen Evil will be extinguished forever. Divine truths will be acknowledged. We might experience some divine events. God might very well come down. They say the second coming of Jesus Christ. By the way, if you want to extinguish evil, say Jesus Christ. Apparently that scares evil away. Say Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I think it's the same as saying Nasara Jasara 1,000 times to someone who is in the government. They're like, oh, I don't want to hear about no more IRS. This is how we make all our money. So for 1,000 years, we're going to be with Christ. The earth will be in an elevated state of consciousness. It's so much to look forward to, isn't it? I'm so excited. I mean, what will I be doing then? I think I'll be doing similar to what I'm doing here. Somehow I'm going to be doing this. The earth will be in an elevated state of consciousness, wholeness, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension. You will know love in your heart. You will know peace in your heart. And we're going to get into exactly how to become fearless in a few moments. You want to become fearless? There'll be no more polarity. Everything will join together, oneness, wholeness, divine events. The darkness will arrive before the light. So that's what's going to happen. We are going to experience this apocalyptic time. Is it going to go on for a long time? No. And I shared with you, it's not going to be like Mad Max where there'll be gangs of people driving around, with weapons hurting each other. It's not going to be like that. That's actually in our past. We are leaving those moments. We're going to a place of joy and love and serenity and peace and calmness in our hearts. And that's what's about to happen to us. The darkness will arrive before the light. That is how it has to go. The darkness. So that's why I say the worst is yet to come. Because the worst will have to come before we can see the light. Now, the light will come from us internally, and then we will also experience it externally, internally and externally. Just like when I say to you, when you've awakened, you close your eyes and you will see light when your eyes are closed, and you'll say, oh, you'll open your eyes and it'll be pitch black because it's within you. It's your inner spirit. And you've awakened. Maybe it's a Kundalini awakening. Maybe it's a spiritual awakening. Maybe it's a mystical awakening. Everyone is going to awaken, and they are all going to receive the light. The start of new beginnings. It's a transition to light, and that's where we are right here in this moment. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is my mission. I'm here to basically hold your hand and tell you everything's going to be okay, and speak about these subjects and these topics so that we can all be prepared. We're going to be prepared, and we're going to heal and repair our hearts and our spirits. When I first started experiencing ascension, I couldn't wait to escape the ugliness of the world. Now I think it's about loving and showing all how we can do it and the beauty of it all. Thank you, Bob Harding. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be no more pain. There's only going to be love. There's going to be no more war. And we are going to shine inward, and our light is going to shine outward at the same time. Our vessels, our physical bodies, are going to be filled with light. And I've shared with you how our light code activations, and that's exactly what they are. And light shines brighter than the darkness. That's what the dream that I saw was about. We form light groups that work unity. And yes, and we are doing that right now. We do light grid work. Those of us who are light workers, and what I do is I see light, and I bring light down to the earth, and I spin light to break up negativity within people, within other beings of light, I call them. And our lives will soon expand. We are going to expand, and we are going to improve. Everything within us is going to improve. Now, if you felt as though throughout your life there was parts of you that were kind of broken, and I just said, parts of our soul might have broken off during trauma, it will all come back. You're going to be healed. They've spoken about these med beds. I don't sense that the med beds are even necessary. I sense that we are all going to heal why the earth is healing. The earth is going to clear itself of all its toxins, and that's going to come through divine events. Maybe it's going to be floods. Maybe it's going to be through volcanic eruptions. Maybe the solar flash. It is going to be healed. This is all we've read this. If you're a Bible reader, a lot of what I'm saying is in the Bible. They say these things. So peace on earth, no longer killing any animals. That's a big thing. It's about loving all things and everyone. So there won't be any more killing of animals, and angels will come and live among us. So God will be present as well as Christ. There's a lot of good things here on the new earth. And so I have some photos here. Here's a picture with some cherub, and it's very much peace on earth. We're sensing that this is very peaceful, aren't we? And there's a lot of purity going on. And we're probably going to go back to the existence of being innocent. We were very innocent as children and babies, weren't we? We were very innocent. And that's where we're headed. We're back headed to innocence. Here's something where there's a divide. Here's evil, basically. You can see a lot of evil going on in this painting. It's no longer going to be like that. It's going to be heaven on earth, the new earth. Now, before we get on to psychic phenomenon, we're just going to cover being fearless. And as I've shared with you that I cover topics that just come to me, and I'll sometimes say, oh, I don't even know what to talk about tonight. And I usually decide within a few hours of doing this video because I want it to be relevant to whatever's going on. And for whatever reason, I try to cover subjects that we really will be for us helpful. And that's what I'm doing here. So the fearless, I think that that's a very important subject because I say to you, and I've shared with you, that fear is the worst for us. Fear kills us. We are weakest when we have fear. And I don't know if you've ever met someone that's come into your life and they basically can stand back, and if they are manipulative and they have an agenda and they want to kind of own you, all they have to do is watch and pay attention and listen to you and discover where your fear lies. And then they own you. And it's the same with how we've lived here in this physical reality and this illusion. It was determined exactly what causes fear with us. And that's the focus. We are now in this moment. We're going to leave the past behind. We're going to cut off all those attachments that we've been giving life, and we're going to become the fearless. That is what you're going to do in this moment, because I said to you, today is the 1229 portal. It's all about communication, love, and leadership. It's about the past coming to you and you're releasing it. And it's about leadership. And you are here with me right now. Acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. But remember, fear is not real. Exactly. Fear is an emotion. And we want to let go of fear. Now, what does that mean, fear, exactly? It means to be brave. And you can have mantras. You can have mantras saying, I am fearless, I am brave, I'm strong, I'm courageous. Or some kind of affirmations, word affirmations, and say fearless, brave. And I've said you can also use light or nature, something positive. The more that you do this, the more it's going to become a habit for you. So fearless is courageous, brave, powerful, daring. You're going to reinvent yourself. The new rules of engagement. You're going to have new rules of engagement. You're not going to be the old shy version of you. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to express yourself. You're one of the first timeline arrivals. You're here. There's a whole line of beings that are going to come behind you. You have to be fearless. You have to be a leader. Now, maybe you're going to be a leader out in the physical reality with others, or maybe you're going to be a leader for yourself. Maybe you shied away from challenges and obstacles and you said, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. You are. You're strong enough. You're a highly advanced being of light. You're going to be unshackled from your old ideas and beliefs. Here you are. Welcome. Here we are together, embracing this new reality. So you're going to be oblivious to danger or perils. You're going to be unafraid of danger. Now, I am rallying with you. We are rallying together to be fearless. That's what we're doing here. Hey, music, we're on the front of lines. We can do this. Yes, we can. We are on the front lines. Exactly. We are the first wave of volunteers. There's many behind us. We have to be here for them. We have to be unintimidated, not affected or displaying fear. Okay? Unflinching, daring. So most everyone clings to their fears and they're unable to move forward. So let's come up with, I'm going to share with you ways to deal with your fear. So number one, be aware of the fear that you have in your life. Admit that you have it. And they say, rather than speaking about it or thinking about it like, oh, I'm going to deal with my fear, I'm going to think about it. Apparently, that's not the way to go. It's all about writing it down so you can see it. You know, have you ever had an experience and you realize speaking to someone, they're just not getting it? But when you send them a text or a letter, you write it down, all of a sudden they're seeing it in print and they're really taking heed with it. They're sitting back and they're listening to you more. It's the same for yourself. Write it down. Write down your fears. Maybe you have one, maybe you have three, maybe you have more, but let's get through it. If we want to be fearless, let's get through our fears. So we're going to write it down. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to look at that piece of paper and we're going to say, oh, that's my fear. I'm going to get through it. Now, whatever your fear is, and I'd have to sit back and think for a minute what my fear is. Maybe I guess my fear is probably not getting to where I want to get in this reality, in this physical reality. That might be one of my fears. Maybe I should write that down after we get off this video. Number two, watch and absorb those images of the fearless people that you see. Maybe it's someone out there, watch them and create a new future self. Imagine yourself being fearless. Think about yourself being fearless. Who are the role models that you have who are fearless? The soul is immortal, but our body is mortal, and that is something open can never experience. Once you lose the fear of death, all other fears melt away. We are infinite, immortal. Yes, and that's the number one fear that people have is dying. So we're going to be fearless. We're not dying. We are going to survive 2022, 2023. We are survivors. We are survivors. So one was write down your fear or fears in your life so you can look at it and you can say, oh, that's my fear. Let me look at that. Let's really make it, be very concrete. I'm seeing what I'm fearful of. And then we're going to watch those out there that we sense are fearless, that we say, wow, look what they did. I want to be just like them. We are going to watch and absorb those images of fearless people. They're going to be our role models. 3, you're going to ask yourself what thoughts produce your fear. What makes you fearful? Hey, Down Under, checking in. Hi. Thanks for joining us. Down Under's coming from Pennsylvania. Hello. The music is from Canada. Wow, we have a whole assortment today. And you know what? This is our New Year's show, and we're getting into some really wonderful topics. The worst is yet to come, new earth, and now we're covering the fearless, and we are fearless beings of light. So 3 is ask yourself what thoughts produce your fears. When you feel fear and how you normally react to it. So be an observer of your own life. So in other words, if I was to say, I'm going to use myself as an example. If I was to say, what thoughts bring me fear? And I would say, I'm thinking and I'm imagining I'm not going to get there. Like I basically am creating this whole um, urgency. And I've done that for a long time in my life. I've created this urgency because oh my gosh, I'm not going to get there. And I guess I have to redesign how I think, because that's bringing like some kind of emotion within me that's painful. Oh, you're in England for Christmas. Well, congratulations. That's lovely. That's lovely. Enjoy this holiday. We're embarking on 2023. Now, 4, we're almost done. 4, be okay with looking stupid. So that means trying something. Here I am trying. This is my destiny. I'm a host. So am I looking stupid? I have to say, you know what? I'm going to try it and see how it goes. Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you try something and just see how it goes for you. And if you look stupid, risk emotional pain by making mistakes. Making mistakes serves as a lesson. Correct behaviors, learning new information. As I'm doing this, I'm learning a little bit more about myself, what works, what doesn't work, and I've kind of got a rhythm to it. So allow yourself to embrace whatever it is you want and trust yourself and have hope. Be positive, be fearless. 5, be grateful. Be grateful. Have a mind of gratitude. Thank the universe for everything you have and who you are, because you're an authentic being of light. There's no one else like you. And I've shared with you what are your 3 characteristics that make you yourself authentic. Maybe you have the most beautiful brown eyes. Maybe you're amazing at crossword puzzles. You might be a fantastic friend. We all have at least 3 characteristics that make us authentic. You're discovering exactly who you are. 6, find and look for teachers who will be honest and watch and give you directions on how to be a better version of you. Maybe you have a mentor, someone. You are an inspiration, Mary. Thank you. Well, thank you, music. Thanks for sharing that. Number 7, share with others. Find those out there with like minds and share exactly what's going on with you. Even the fearful, are able to overcome whatever they are scared of. We all can embrace ourselves and find someone out there that we can convey and express our thoughts and beliefs, and hopefully that they're going to give us support and love. And I'm here giving you support and love and telling you that you're worthy. So share helps alleviate feelings of being alone. Do you feel alone sometimes? Do you feel as though, we're hitting the 1 hour mark. It's almost time for Psychic Phenomenon. I just saw that. And number 8 is embrace your struggle. Develop your own way of dealing. So let's slowly allow yourself to be fearless, and fear will disintegrate within you. I'm a little tongue-tied. I guess I'm still like fighting off this cold that I have. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just tired. It's a long week. But I'm here and I love everyone out there. Thank you for joining us. So let's get on to Psychic Phenomenon, because we did hit the 1 hour mark and I am here for you and I want good things for you. Anyone you can find me on social media. I was holding it upside down. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Mary Amy Official. All right, so here's our little chart about our clairsenses and our psychic phenomenon. And have you been practicing? I know Bob Harding shared with me earlier today that he had experienced light this morning and love. And he believes that came through the exercise that we practiced yesterday. So every day, Monday through Thursday, we're doing these 7 p.m. Today we start a little early because I shared with you I'm going to see Avatar. I haven't been to a movie in a while, and I'm excited to go see Avatar. It's 3 hours long. That starts at 8:30, so I couldn't really do both. And your cold might be a detox symptoms. Yes, you're purging the toxic leaving room. Yes. And you know what? That might be a possibility. It's funny that you say that, music, because, I basically lost my voice, and I shared with you that, and that's kind of a little bit, I'm having a little fear right now too. And I'm going to say that, maybe release it. I lost my voice many, many times when I was younger. I had a speech trauma because I had a near-death experience, and my vocal cords were smashed, were crushed. And so I had to learn how to speak properly when I was 27. And I went for 3.5 years of speech training and voice training. And I wanted to be an actress, and it was essential that I learn to speak properly. And so I lost my voice many, many times before the age of 27. And recently, I've been undergoing this cold. I'm telling you a personal experience, a story that's my own life. And I lost my voice for 3 days. And I still did the videos because I want to be here for you. And also, it kind of gave me more strength, and it gave me hope. And I love being here with you. And so maybe it's exactly what music just said. I might be releasing toxins and my old life, and it's bringing me to my new life and our new earth. So let's get into psychic phenomenon. Da, 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 da. That's my musical ability, music. So clairvoyance. What is clairvoyance exactly? Well, we know it's a knowing, and it's receiving information from an outside source. And I know this because I've practiced being an intuitive. I was an intuitive coach. And how did I do that exactly? Well, I always had a natural affinity for meeting someone and knowing their personality right away. And so I would masterfully be whatever they wanted because I knew what was pleasing to them because I was intuitive. Now, we all have this ability within us, but it's going to be to different clair senses. In other words, you might not have that personal ability. You might have a different one, but under the umbrella of clairvoyance. So there's clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairgustance. This is just a few. Clairsustenance, channeling, mediumship, clairfactance, which is smelling, which I can't seem to remember that. Wonder why I have to. And how are we going to engage with being clairvoyant? Well, number one, this is the number one way, is to say it's possible. It's to accept it. Because if you go around saying, no, I can't do it, you're blocking it. And absolutely you can't. You have this ability. I'm just going to put it closely, and then I'm going to put it down so you can see. And I'm going to run through that a bit. You will have a knowing, you will have an ability, and you have this within you. And I know that because I've engaged and known many others. I've known other psychics and other mediums. And why were they great at it? Why were those psychic and mediums great? I'd go to a psychic fair, and there'd be 30 of us. There'd be 30 of us. And they'd sit down, and people would come and sit down, and for 15 minutes, you'd read them. Now, maybe there was the tarot card readers. Maybe there was the palm readers. Maybe there was just clairvoyants like myself, and they would just, hold someone's hand and tell them. Now, why could they do that? Well, most of the time, 75% of the time, I'd like to share with you, they came from a family of other psychics. So from the beginning of the time that they were born, it was accepted in their home. And that's why it flourished. They were nurtured as psychics. And here we are right now, and I'm sharing with you that we all have this ability. We all can do this. You have to believe it to receive it, yes. And what I do know is that we're going to a place of light. And we are all basically going back to our past. We're going back to our original selves. And if you talk to a little child, they see things that we don't see. And why is that? Because no one's told them they can't. They haven't been shuffled into the systems and shut down quite yet. And so you will have a knowing. The more you practice this, the more you will be better at it. And that's it. It's that simple. Now, maybe you take breaks from it. It might be too much for you. You might be receiving a lot of energies or visuals, and you say, I can't take it anymore. It's too much. It's keeping me up at night. When I first started doing this, I had this ability to speak to spirits or hear from spirits and see them. And I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I said, no. And what would happen? Well, for 4 months, they didn't leave me alone. So I would go to sleep and I would be trying to sleep and they'd be waking me up all night long. They'd be coming into my face. My eyes would be closed and strangers would just come into my face who had passed. And I would jump up out of the bed because it was scary. It would be somebody you didn't even know. Imagine someone coming up into your face this close. Finally, I spoke to another medium and they said, Mary, make appointments for them to speak to you. And as soon as I did that, they kind of left me alone. It wasn't my thing to do. I didn't feel comfortable with it. It just seemed a little kooky to me. I didn't imagine myself to be a medium. However, I've allowed it now in my life. And what's happened with that is more psychic abilities have come through. And also, I'm okay with it. And if they want to share information, they're speaking to me, I'm hearing messages. And when you block one aspect of this psychic phenomenon, you're blocking a whole lot of other psychic phenomenon. So just be aware of that. I've had some friends who have abilities and they've been empathic or they've been able to sense spirits or see spirits, in their homes. Someone comes and speaks to them and they get freaked out but you know what? The problem with that is it doesn't go away. You're just basically putting it to the side. Anyway, let's move on. So we are going to stay focused and we're going to tune in and we're going to have a knowing and we're going to receive this. And maybe you're going to receive information from a spirit. Maybe you're going to receive information from, when I say spirit, what does that exactly mean? That's someone who's passed over. And you're going to receive from a ghost. And what is a ghost? Well, I decipher a ghost from a spirit. A spirit is someone who's passed over, but a ghost is someone who does a little bit of haunting. Have you ever gone into a home or maybe you grew up in a home and it was haunted and it was a being that never left the place because they never left that physical existence because they were stuck there. That might be a ghost. I haven't really encountered that many ghosts or evil ghosts. I've encountered some ghosts. I put my psychic to sleep for years with alcohol to shut it down, and that was weird mojo time. Ooh, that's a rough way of doing it with alcohol. So we're going to begin to have more clarity. Because we are reaching a higher consciousness, a higher self, we're going to have an ability to connect to other realms, to other beings. Maybe you're going to receive mental pictures. You might tune into someone that you encounter out into the physical reality. And just by touching them, I have that experience. If someone touches me or shakes my hand or hugs me, I'm getting their energy, and it could be good or bad. And I receive information and I might learn something about them that I didn't know. And that's really what being psychic is. You're receiving information and it wasn't given to you. You're receiving it from an outside source. Okay, so let's do an activity because we're past the 1 hour. And so we are actually doing extrasensory perception. We are practicing our clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is clear vision. And that means that you have an ability to see people, objects, locations, events in the past or the present. And it might be even in the future. And that means that it could come through in a dream. It could represent itself through a person. You might go to a certain location and all of a sudden you have a memory, but it's not your memory. There's a lot of avenues to being a clairvoyant. So it could be past, present, or future. You could receive information. Clairaudience is hearing, which is we go through quite a bit. And claircognizance, you have a clear knowing of something without reading or hearing about it. It's the sense of allowing someone to know something that it will be real, although they have no way of backing this knowledge. Now, everything that we do here is not, there's no proof. You're going to have to trust. So it's a knowing, it's a trusting, and it's an accepting. Okay, so let's do a psychic activity right now, a psychic practice, psychic phenomenon. And you could tell I'm like stumbling through my words and I'm tired. All right, so let's relax. We're rag dolls. We're rag dolls. And we're just, letting go. And we're just, if you have any tension in your body, let's just, because we want to let go. The more that you let go, the more information will come into your senses and you'll receive it. Or your sense of your hearing, your third eye, your mind's eye, your smell, your taste. And I just said clairgustance is tasting, clairolfactance is smelling, the ability to access knowledge through smelling. And what exactly is that? Maybe, just maybe, you're going to be around someone and you're going to smell something. You're like, it smells like pine needles, or maybe it'll be, I smell cinnamon, or it could be almost anything. It could be a stinky smell, maybe. And that's because either in the location or the person that you're with has a memory, or it's something related to them. So be aware if you receive that. There also is clairsustenance, which is feeling. So you're basically receiving messages through your feelings and emotions. All right, so we're going to be rag dolls. Let's be rag dolls for a minute. I realize sometimes I'm not smiling enough. I have to smile. I'm happy. All right, so we're relaxing, aren't we? Maybe take all tension in your arms away and you're letting out a breath. We want to basically be in a place of stillness. So we're relaxed and we're pushing away any thoughts, aren't we? And we're accepting that we can do this. We're taking away any doubt. And it's going to come through a knowing. You're going to sense it's not your thoughts. It's not your words. It's not from you. It's an outside source. Again, I'm stumbling. Oh my gosh. It's not even New Year's. I haven't even had a drink yet. Okay, so we're dropping down into our senses. We're making physical contact. And I always say it's almost like a child's jigsaw puzzle and you're putting a piece into fitting exactly in. And that's what we're doing. We're dropping down. We're surrendering to our senses. So we feel very relaxed. We take away tension. We're pushing away any thoughts. And now we're engaging. We're having focus and concentration, and we're engaging with our hearing, our sense of hearing in the physical realm that you're in right now. Wherever you are physically, you're tuning into your hearing. What are you hearing? Are you hearing any buzzing in your ear? Are you hearing something that's going on in your space? Out for me, I have the window open. I like to have the window open and fresh air. So I might hear something that's going on my street. Now check your clairvoyance, your third eye. Have you activated your third eye? An essential way of activating your third eye is through forgiveness. It's also being fearless. Maybe spending time in nature, meditation, asking to activate your third eye, your sense of smell. What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What are you feeling? Your sense of touch. Your heart. What is your heart saying? Tune into your heart. What are you tuning in right now? If you could say, for me, I have a lot of serenity, a lot of calmness, because I know I'm about to take a little vacay. I have Saturday and Sunday off. So we're basically relaxing ourselves right now. So we're allowing information to come in. We're receiving impressions. All right, so we've dropped down. Okay, now I'd like you to choose one of your senses, right? To have this connection and receive impressions. So the impressions might be sounds, a visual. You might hear a voice. You might see a symbol. Maybe you see an animal, a location. There might be a message, a spirit. There's so many possibilities. So we're dropping down, we're relaxed, we're embracing it, we're surrendering to all of our senses. And now I'm making the suggestion right now. So I'm suggesting that you're in the space you're in right now, in this moment, and you're going to reach beyond as far as you can reach to another reality. So you're going to stretch yourself. Now pick one of your senses. You're stretching yourself to another reality, whatever that means to you. And just allow impressions to come through. Maybe you're hearing it. Maybe you're feeling it. Maybe you're seeing it. And let's do that right now. I'm choosing my sense of touch and my hearing, which seems to be very, very positive for me in the past. Okay, so a suggestion is you're reaching beyond this reality, beyond to another realm, as far as you can imagine, whatever that means to you. I'm going to be quiet. We're going to see where this takes us. Maybe we're going to time travel. Okay, I don't know what you received. If you received, I gave you enough time. So this is what happened to me. I tuned in and I always look down. When I look down, I can tune in. That's how it works for me when I do this. And what I received was I saw myself tying my laces of my sneakers. Now, I am a gym goer. I'm a gym rat. And I thought, that's so weird. I'm supposed to be going to another realm. Why am I wearing my sneakers? I'm at the gym. And I'm looking down. I keep looking down. I say, keep looking down. All of a sudden, I tie my shoes and then I'm running up staircase. I'm running up this endless staircase and it's zigzagging. And I'm running in my sneakers. Now, maybe this is a metaphor. Maybe this is reality. I don't know. What happens is I'm running up this staircase and I look around. Where am I? And you know where I am is I'm in this tower that I saw initially when I saw angels. And it's this tower, the inside of this tower. And there's angels all over the walls. It was when I first awakened in 2015, when I first had my first spiritual awakening. And I saw the inside of this tower and there was angels perched on shelves. So when I was just running up the stairs, that's what I saw around me. Now I wonder, this is another realm. I said reaching to another realm. And I can see it right now. And I wonder, is this where I'm going next? Is this bringing me back? Like I circled back and gave, I'm back at the beginning, or it's a new beginning. So music says, I receive goosebumps and spine tingling and sensations in my palms and no idea how to interpret that. Well, you know what that is? That's basically you are in another, that's what you received. So everyone is going to have a different experience. It's personal. And I would say that you are, whatever it is, you had a reaction. It was a physical reaction. So that's using your clear senses. It can be sensations, it can be sounds. That's a reaction. That's your psychic phenomenon working. Okay. So before we go, I have not been doing the ball of light, and I feel as though we've done that long enough. I don't know if you want to do that again. If you do, let me know, but we don't have to necessarily continue with the ball of light. We can do something else. We can practice with I'm sensing the next thing to do is practice before we go. We have 5 minutes left. Let's practice with our own clairvoyance. Let's practice our clairvoyance right now. And how are we going to do that exactly? Well, our clairvoyance is our third eye. Someone or something moved my right index finger, tap twice the number 7 overlaid on stars. Then my left ring finger tried to tap. Interesting. Well, there you go. So you had a physical reaction and your body is actually receiving some kind of vibrations and some kind of information. Okay, let's try it again. We're going to just relax our bodies. Are we going to relax our bodies? This time you can choose to have your eyes open or closed. And we're going to tune into our clairvoyance right now. So we're going to relax our bodies like we're a rag doll. We're going to let out a breath. We're going to drop down into our senses, making physical contact. We're going to push away any doubt. We're going to surrender to our clear senses. And we're going to choose one of our senses. Nope. I take it back. We're not choosing our senses. We're practicing our clairvoyance. So we're going to tune into our third eye. So can you activate your third eye? Maybe you've used a gemstone. You might have imagined light hitting your third eye, which is between your eyebrows. And we're going to, if you can, practice your clairvoyance. Let's see if you can see within your third eye what's going on in your physical reality beyond your third eye. And I'm going to tell you what I see. I'm not doing it with a ball of light. I'm just going to do what I see right here. And then I'd like you to do it as well. So when you tune into your third eye, it's basically a space that you are looking at, but it's internal. That's the only way I can describe it, I guess, your third eye. And if you have been practicing your intuitive abilities, it might be someplace in your mind, we could say. If you've done a lot of meditation, a lot of visualizations, you have accessed your third eye. You have found a place within you that you can see other realities, other existence, more information. It might come through light vibrations. And as I've said before, it's a personal experience. Now, when we look at this chart, clairvoyance, which is through your third eye, is clear vision. So you're seeing information, people, objects, locations, events in the past or present or future. We are going to go right now. I'm going to go into my third eye. I'm going to look into my third eye, and I'm going to give the suggestion right now of the future. So I'm relaxed. You can do it as well. We're relaxed. I'm looking at my third eye and I'm giving this suggestion of the future. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what happens. Make sure you're relaxed and you've dropped down. And what impressions am I going to receive? So my future, I see a stop sign. I'm going to walk you through what I say. I see a stop sign when I say future. I'm going to go around the stop sign. So there's something blocking me from my future. That's what I realized. So I go around the stop sign. and I see a pathway. Actually, I see a very narrow white road. It's not a path, it's a road, and it's white. And so I'm walking along, and as I'm walking this way, I see it looks like ducks or goose traveling, headed down. Now the pathway is up, it's upwards, and they're walking downwards. So I'm heading in the opposite direction. Let's see. And this is something you can do as well. I'm just saying the future, the suggestion of the future. We're almost out of time, or we are out of time. I'm going to go in a minute. And I am seeing in my third eye going up the hill. I'm seeing the sunrise, which I have not said tonight, which is light on the horizon. Good things are coming beyond our vision. So that's what I'm supposed to say in the future. So good things are coming beyond my vision, beyond, I say, light on the horizon. A difficult situation will improve. This is a nice way of ending. And beyond your view, a difficult situation will improve. So everyone, it's been wonderful having you here. I'm welcoming you into the fifth dimension. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. Happy, happy, happy. Elsa's going to say goodbye as well. Come on, Elsa, let's say goodbye. So Elsa and I are together, are sending you love and light. She's here with you, and I'm here with you, and we're happy that you are joining us in light, in the living in the light. And so today we cover topics like the worst is yet to come, and New Earth, and the fearless. Please practice your psychic phenomenon. Go out there and try reading other people. Maybe read their aura, their energy field. You can do that through all your different senses, listening, your clairvoyance, your heart. Right, Elsa? Elsa's a psychic too. Look at Elsa. We have a knowing within us. So everyone have a wonderful holiday. The tides are turning. Thank you, music. You guys are wonderful. I'm wishing you good things. Everyone have a good, happy new year. And I'll be back again on Monday. And what is that? The 2nd of January. So everyone, I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Elsa and I are sending you love and light. And let's imagine light all around us. A big band of light, 6 feet long, that's spinning around us. Right? As I always say, clockwise 3 times, counterclockwise 3 times, and everyone be well. Bob Harding says, a candle or a tunnel, either way, I saw some goodness. Either way, yay, Bob Harding. Well, be well. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Bye.